Is it afternoon? Okay.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another exciting episode of Entab presents CampusCare EdTalks, a platform where top educators express their viewpoints on burning topics related to education. COVID-19 pandemic has posed an unexpected position on schools to discontinue operation. Schools have hastened to convert their teaching and learning to remote online options. That is an extensive shift that might have repercussions to it. Technology is conceivably the most powerful factor in shaping the educational aspect today. Many schools are showing support for increased level of technology in the classroom by implementing online learning and improving internet connectivity for both the teachers as well as the students. Teachers generally acknowledge the benefits of educational technology, but sometimes they inquire new educational technology challenges as well. From the acquisition of new technology equipment to the adaptation and then teaching techniques, technology integration offers serious difficulties to educators as well. To talk more on avenues and to explore ideas about the same, we have with us an experienced educator who, in more than her 23 years of experience in teaching, is currently working as a principal of Royal Concord International School, RCIS, Mysore. She has held several positions of academic coordinator in the Republic of Maldives and as an academic head in her previous places of work. As an academician, she had worked for 11 years in the Jain International Residential School, Bangalore, and added feathers to her cap by being a part and parcel of various committees as a coordinator at NABED accreditation and ISO certification. With this, I would like to welcome Rupa Karumbaya ma'am to Campus Care Ed Talks. We welcome you, ma'am. Ma'am, do you
Thank
have
you,
any?
Ms. Kavlin. Thank you, thank you, Entab, for giving me chance to speak my view regarding technological challenges in classroom. Technology is perhaps the strongest factor shaping the educational landscape today. I'm sure you all agree.
Yes.
No doubt, digital technologies can enhance learning through accessing information and improving communication, as well as providing self directed and collaborative learning opportunities. ICT skills can also help develop capable, future ready citizens.
Yes.
So, over the past decade, teachers have been expected to integrate digital technology in their classroom teaching. Due to the COVID-19 pandemic, all the schools, universities, and colleges across the globe has been closed temporarily. Based on the current situation, it's actually uncertain when the schools, universities, and colleges are going to reopen. Undoubtedly, this is a critical time for the education sector. We know these are challenging times for all of us, all the students, teachers, parents, and all the community people. But actually, the sudden shift from the regular teaching to virtual mode has put the teachers into a great trouble.
Ma'am,
Within the yes, tell me.
it is no worries that we are in trouble, but as educator leaders, I'm sure you'll trespass this trouble.
Yes, I'm sure that we are going to overcome this temporary situation, and we have taken this challenge positively,
So,
and we have
ma'am,
overcome this challenge. Yes,
I'm so sorry to barge in. I'm so sorry, ma'am. So, ma'am, as we begin, as you were talking about challenges also, as an educational leader, what are the challenges that you are facing as the schools are shut down so unexpectedly? Where the schools authorities and parents are stressed about the academic year of all the students.
yes. Carolyn, actually, like schools must have been closed, but schooling has not closed. So, due to this pandemic, when the schools were shut down, actually in the month of June, we started with thinking of going for online because we knew that this pandemic is not going to get over soon. So we immediately started, making preparations. It is a biggest challenge because you all know that the traditional way of teaching, the teachers are accustomed to that way of teaching. Now, sudden change, shift from the traditional way to the technology, using the technology to reach out to the students, it was very difficult. Actually, as educators, teachers are all from not from technological background. They're not techno savvy. So it was very difficult to convince the teachers to come on the online teaching. Actually, it was very difficult to convince the parents. Initially, I had to take orientation for the parents, for the teachers, like what is online teaching, how are we going to reach the students' needs, because learning should not stop. There shouldn't be any gap in the learning is continuous actually. So due to this, we decided to go for online teaching. For that, we started making preparations. After all, it's actually right to say that class delays have a detrimental effect on the academic performance of the students. It's no secret that our education system has been faced with disruptions, lot of disruptions due to this pandemic. But still, many schools have been facing lots of infrastructure problems, and then technological like training programs have not been given to the teachers. Sudden a change in the educational way of methodology, everything to accept it is not very easy for the educators. So they started facing a lot of challenges initially. So after taking the orientation, they were they were skeptical about going for online teaching. They initially educators started saying that can we reach to the students' needs through virtual way of teaching. Then we had to convince them. We told that it's very easy, even though they all know how to use computer systems, they all know the basics of computer skills, but still it is very, very difficult to accept this challenge to reach out to the students through virtual mode. So we had to give training initially. Two, three trainings have been taken. We tried with Microsoft, but actually that we couldn't because clarity was not there. Then we tried with Zoom and then Google. Now we are all very well versed with Google Meet,
Yes,
and
yes.
teachers are teaching effectively and students are happy. Still, parents, again, when we took the orientation to the parents were not ready to accept it. Parents now also they say that what type of learning is that, because everywhere, whether it is urban or rural setup, parents when they think that this is not schooling, virtual way of teaching is not schooling, so parents initially they did not accept the online teaching. Now also they come and say that we are not very happy with the. Yes, of course, I agree that no technology can replace the teachers and the classroom, but still we can blended learning. We can do it like the educators can blend their teaching with the technology, and we can go forward. I feel.
Yes, ma'am, rightly said. So, ma'am, as you said, no technology can replace traditional learning. So, it has been more than 8 months now that students are learning from home. So, they surely lack the face-to-face interaction that happened before in the traditional classrooms. So, how are the students and teachers responding to this kind of change?
Actually, initially, when the teachers they had that resistance to accept the change. First of all, after that, later the teachers started, experimenting with lot of applications. You all know that. You all know that there is lot of infrastructure we need. Can you can you hear?
Yes, ma'am, I can hear you completely.
Okay. So that teachers started using all the applications and the skills in the software. Like when they're delivering the lessons, initially they had lot of problems. Later they have overcome. Now they can use lot many applications in Google Forms they are using, Classroom board they are using, and they are using Jamboard. And there were some technological terms which was not that user friendly, but they have accepted all these challenges and they have done a lot of training and then now they are well versed with their teaching. They have included a lot of activities. They have made their classroom very effective. So quality teaching has been given. But I agree that in like lower classes students, they don't know to operate their systems, but still from 8th grade 9 onwards, they are using this online virtual way of mode of learning effectively, and they are responding positively. And teachers are also, giving lot of activities like they have this PPT presentations, you know, PPT presentations. Children are giving now PPT presentations as well as life skills are taught, even craft, art, everything is taught through the virtual mode.
Thank you, ma'am.
We have sports sessions also, yoga sessions we have included. So it's like, normal schooling.
Okay, all right, ma'am. Thank you for the ways and the techniques that we can use to actually make the students more comfortable. So, ma'am, we understand that many schools lack that standard of digital infrastructure that we expect to support the online teaching. According to you, what are the core areas that need immediate attention for this kind of teaching?
Yes, any school, they should provide, first of all, the infrastructure, computer systems, and then broadband, the speed of the internet, then data to be provided. All the teachers are not well equipped with the technology and as well as other infrastructure. The schools need to give it to the teachers as well. The students also, they are not having all the accessories which are helping them to, like the systems they are not having. They use this mobile phones. They use their tablets. So, first of all, any institution, when they go online teaching, they should provide necessary systems, like all these computer systems with proper internet, and then speed, data, and then electric power failure is a major concern in rural areas. So that needs to be addressed by giving very strong USP. These are the basic things they need to have, and the good quality camera, web cameras, because many systems were not having web cameras. Then we had to get web cameras. That's the basic things any institution should give it to the teachers to make the virtual teaching and learning go on smoothly.
So, I hope our viewers have understood what are the basics that are required to create that infrastructure required. So, and for all our viewers who are watching, please do click that subscribe button and hit the bell icon for more updates and for more exciting sessions like these. So, ma'am, as we move further, there are other serious concerns related to edge tech, like cyberbullying. It should not be overlooked. So, how the schools take up the issue of digital literacy with the students?
Actually, cyberbullying is common in the middle school sections, I feel, because middle school sections they are in adolescence age where 25% with girls and around 16% with the boys, I feel. And cyberbullying needs to be addressed in the beginning itself. Who are the responsible people here to address this cyberbullying? Teachers and parents. They need to educate students from the beginning what are the consequences they are going to face when there is cyberbullying. And due to this adolescent age, they don't know like what are the consequences they are going to face. So the school needs to have counselors So counselors needs to counsel the students continuously. Then only you can stop this cyberbullying. And this actually banning technology is not the answer for the bullying, I feel, because rather than banning, you can have teaching the kids to have the good digital etiquette, good digital citizens. The schools must adopt codes of conduct.
Very
By
rightly,
giving continuous counseling from parents, from teachers, I think we can address this serious issue of cyberbullying.
very true, ma'am.
I hope
Very
I have,
true. Yes, ma'am, you were saying something?
yeah, that's what, like cyberbullying, we can address it, but in a very sensitive way.
Correct, ma'am. Very rightly
So
said.
they need, actually, they need to understand the technology, how to use it in a very sensitive manner for a good purpose.
Yes, ma'am. So, ma'am, as we are talking more about digital challenges, we agree that adapting the new technology really took time. Can you help us understand how this technology is helping the teachers and students for their holistic development?
Their holistic development actually, um, I can say that both teachers and students can learn useful life skills through technology, like students can solve their complex problems collaborating with others, like they can speak to other students, other groups of different uh, institutions. Then their critical thinking skills can be improved by this technology, and as well as developing different forms of communications and leadership skills can be developed. Technology can improve practical skills like creating presentations of their own choice. So they learn to present their own topics in a better way, and analytical skills they can get it through the technology, and it improves actually the engagements to be more interested in learning with more fun, because technology they can use it for making it augmented reality tools. They can use it features so that it is very fun way of learning. Children also love to access their technology in a fun way to learn all the difficult modules of their concepts through augmented tools. So this means actually teachers are using augmented tools to reach out to the students based on each concept. So it is making the concept easy to understand. They can even break up the concepts with the augmented tools, and they can easily make them understand the learners. And it improves actually the knowledge retention technology. That is a major thing. And it encourages individual learning also. Students can actually learn on their own, with their own pace, with their own speed, and in their own comfort. And also, this collaborative learning encourages the sharing of documents, any documents or anything when the students, when they make some worksheets or some projects, they can share it with their peer group. So this surely the technology is helping the teachers as well as the learners in their holistic development.
So true, ma'am. So, ma'am, as we were saying that we have to make learning fun with the technology, a lot of emphasis is being paid towards attaining skills and making Indian education equivalent to the global standards. So, the COVID 19 pandemic and technology have changed the education forever. So, for good. So, what is your take on it? Is it for the good?
Tell me, I didn't get it. The global pandemic has, of course, it has forced people to accept the technology. Otherwise, we never would have accepted like this. And this, due to this, we have learned to use lot of, we have overcome this ICT knowledge. Limitations of ICT knowledge, I can say. So everyone, the students also, had this. lack of motivation. Now I feel that due to the interest towards the system, tablets, we can channelize their energy towards good purpose. Otherwise, the students also they did not know how to use this technology and how to use this cell phones for a better purpose. Now, if we channelize, we can tell them that this is the way you can learn. This is the way you can use this technology, use this whatever the social media for a good purpose, for for their development, for their cognitive as well as physical, emotional development. They can use this technology as a tool, and overall development will take place. All-round development, I can say.
So, for the all round development, as we talk about the new Educational Policy 2020, ma'am, it has emphasized on technology driven learning. What can we expect from the school in this academic year?
Actually, new education policy, when I started 2020, new education policy, this new education policy is emphasizing on primary education. Technology, it is emphasizing on integrating the technology in the teaching. In the future, it's going to be blended learning. So we cannot say that we don't want technology like traditional teaching, traditional way of teaching learning process. There was not much of technological use. Now, due to this NEP 2020, the policy recognizes the importance of technology in aiding in teachers bridging the language barrier. It is bridging the language barrier between the teachers and the students. One thing. And creating digital libraries in a primary education, they have asked, the policy has asked us to create digital libraries and language learning as well as ensuring greater access to the education. Specifically, like differently abled children can use this whatever the technology to learn the languages. That is one. It is also the NEP is also proposing to introduce the coding system from class 6. Coding. Coding will be starting from class 6. The students now itself they have started, understanding the codes, how to create coding. Okay. And also the policy also notes that technology can be an effective tool in facilitating teacher education and encourages the utilization of technology platforms for online teacher training. Because before what used to happen, any CBSE related trainings used to be physical. So teacher has to travel long distances to get the training done. Now they have understood that through virtual way we can also give lot many trainings are going on now. So this is one stepping stone, and which now in NEP, the National Education Policy is going to emphasize on giving lot many virtual things to the teacher to empower them with so many other skills, I can say.
Very right, you said,
And
ma'am.
also in
Very
the
true.
professional and higher education also, they have actually made this, what is it, the startup of incubation centers they have started, and also they have this policy and the early stages, the establishment of the National Education Technology Forum. That also they have envisages, and which will operate as a platform for free exchange of ideas on the use of technology. And in the administration education, NEP actually is emphasizing creating the academic banks of credit. So they can have this academic credit. They can whatever the student is earning academic credit, they can it will be credited digitally, and when the grants the degrees, it will be only based on the credits what they have earned overall. So that they are emphasizing policy. And also you all know that this is adopting artificial intelligence. That is actually in thing now. So national education policy is actually making this artificial intelligence as one major core subject incorporating in the curriculum.
So I hope all our viewers have taken a note of all the views that ma'am has put forward. And ma'am, our viewers would want to know that keeping the students engaged and motivated is not a very easy task. But how are the teachers engaging their students? How are they keeping them bright, motivated during this global pandemic? Is technology accommodating them as well?
Yeah, the teachers initially teachers themselves they had that resistance to change. I told you, and actually they did not have that knowledge of hardware. You know, to use hardware, and also teachers. One apprehension teachers were having that kids know better than them. Nowadays, kids are well versed with the technology. So teachers coming from this traditional background, it was not that easy. And later, slowly, they started accepting the challenge and they started incorporating lot many activities to make it very interesting for the students. We have lot many competitions also going on, virtual competitions. Students are now like this is going on. So as co-curricular activities, they are participating in the so many activities like debate, elocution, pick and speak, even mono acting, and I have also told the science and social teachers to make their classroom interesting, to attract the students, to make the students, interested in virtual learning, to incorporate like activities, like science activities, virtual experiments, and their screen sharing also is one big advantage. When they share the screen, they share the image. When they share the image, they can part by part they can explain. So I feel that it's not a barrier. Like the technology, we can use it for a good purpose, so that then the students also will develop some interest. Now they have started developing interest with all these activities. Mathematics have been introduced by the teachers. Small concepts, have been broken, and small concepts have been made into mind maps for their revision. So that children and quiz activities have been included in their teaching. So then a lot of peer teaching has been incorporated. So children are enjoying actually, especially class grade 8th standard onwards. They have started enjoying virtual classes because of all these activities.
Rightly said, ma'am. So rightly said, and we actually got really motivated by what you said. Yes, thank you for pinpointing out the its and grits of technology in our education. So, ma'am, as we come to the end of our Ed Talk, is there any message that you would want to give to our viewers?
Yes, actually, technology is now come to our life. So what teachers have to do in future, it will be the blended learning. You have to blend technology with their own teaching, traditional teaching. When schools reopen, we need to give lot many activities through the technology for the students to understand. Now, students, teachers, parents, everyone has become now well versed with the technology. So this is not going to go away. In future, we have to emphasize on blended learning. We have to give them lot of PPT presentation so that the child gets confident. Child can, nowadays, recently I have attended one training that is mathematics. Actually, children are very good at games. So they have started, in the Canada-based company, they have started including math sums in their games. So like this, blended learning is going to be in thing now. So anyway, the online teaching has online learning, teaching, everything has become new normal. In future, blended learning is going to go, and we cannot escape from technology. And parents also have to accept that we have to encourage the students to utilize all these gadgets in a better way, utilize it for their knowledge. They need to guide now. Once if you guide them in the lower classes when they are very small, in future, they will know how to use the internet properly for their own development, for their own research. We need to tell the parents always to keep an eye on the child when the child is very small, so that they can guide stepwise. They can guide. Teachers also need to keep on reminding the children to learn on research-based learning is very, very important. Child should not learn only to get marks. When the child starts learning only to get marks, then the child will start going for a rote learning. It's better to make the child, encourage the child to use this technology in future for any of their development, for any of their research works. They have to Google and they can get everything in their hands. So blended learning is going to be in thing in future that we cannot escape. I request all the parents and teachers to make the child understand they are learning for to gain knowledge, not to get marks. If they understand this, even if they lose 10 or 20 marks, it's okay. Knowledge, if they get, they can apply it anywhere. So application-based learning, augmented tools, everything is going to come in to make the teaching learning better way to learn.
So, with this spirit of this new normal, we come to the end of our Entab CampusCare Ed Talk. Thank you all for joining us today. And to all our viewers, if you've not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Click that button and hit the bell icon for more exciting sessions like this. Thank you, ma'am, for your time and thoughts on tackling classroom tech challenges. Indeed, ma'am, it was a wonderful session.
Thank you, Carmen. Thank you, Entab, for
Thank you,
all
ma'am,
the
and thank you all. Thank you,
activities
ma'am.
you people are doing. Really, really good. Very nice of you all to incorporate so many activities in school system. And our children are also participating in quiz activities, debate activities. So thank you very much, Entab. And